Fast Friday, everybody. Fast Friday is coming to an end. Things didn't go quite according to my agenda. Well, it did sort of, because it was just, it's kind of like another failure, but not quite. I'll explain it. I was going to do the black leather on this cold steel Recon Tonto, which is going to happen this weekend. I wish I had done it. I would be more joyous, more happy, more thrilled right now. But I'll do that this weekend. So I took that flea market knife that came in this. I call it a flea market knife. It has no name on it. I did find the word China. Okay, it came in this nylon sheath. So I opened it up. I should have gone with black leather, but I didn't have a big enough piece. I had to do this diagonally on the square piece of leather I had, so I did use brown. So I took this and outlined my sheath. This is the very first time I've ever done this. It looks like hell. And if y'all remember this morning, my scales on here they're thick. And in order to make it work, it just got worse and worse. This is the hardware that was on it. Yeah, I'm making you wait for the suspense. This is the hardware that was on it. You know, the really big bolts. And the scales, the handles were thick. Just a big, thick, massive handle. Well, I sanded it down, and then I messed up the holes for these big bolts. So I went to my go-to hardware. And look how thin I went down. Yep. And there's the scales. Now I put some conditioning on it. I couldn't tell if it was G10 or micarta as I was going through it, but as I was sanding down, it had that smell. And when I was drilling out the holes at the beginning to try to make the wider holes for this to recess, it turns out that these scales are wood. This is wood scales. It looks like hell, I know it. But that's the knife. Now, here's the sheath. Don't laugh. This is the very first time. There's no stitching involved. It's just the eyelets. Okay? And I took it from this pattern here. Okay? And there it is. And I'm not happy at all. But I did learn a lot of stuff here. For one, I wish I had done the black leather if I did that. Number two, I see where I want to learn how to stitch a little bit. I should have made it a little bit bigger, outlined around it, because I didn't allow for the eyelets. I always say outlets. Anyway, it all fits. It doesn't touch the blade, so I was kind of lucky on that. It had a pin in the back that created a loop, and I just used an eyelet. I do have drainage right there. It's pretty well sealed. Okay, it's all rough right now. I can fix that later. But this is my flea market knife that I've had for years. And the only thing I can think about it is maybe when I lived in Orlando or something, I went into the sporting section of some store. It could have been Kmart or something, and picked up, you know, this is a great little knife to pack up when you're going fishing or hunting, whatever. I just don't remember. But if you saw the scales before this morning, it looks totally different from this. I really thought they were micarta, and then I thought it was G10, but I wasn't getting the smell from either one, which you know I recognize now. It wasn't plastic. I would have known that right away. And as I went down, I was losing that original pattern. And where I really noticed it is when I drilled out the holes. And then I end up using this that box of hardware that I got to get me out of binds, emergencies, and that's what I did. So it's got a thinner profile. Feels pretty good, actually. And it's not a total failure, because this is the very first time I've played around with leather like this. And I have an unusual scales. You know, I was thinking this is not a big loss either, because I can always do micarta like I like. but I might keep that. You know, it's a flea market knife. I mean, we're talking, I don't know, free. You know what I mean? As far as cost wise. But that's what I did. That took up a whole sheet of my brown. Yeah, I had a roll of brown. 12. I buy 12" by 12". So that was the whole sheet right there. I have a little bit left over for some odds and ends, little craft things I could do it with. But I don't even know what steel it is. It's pretty sharp. But that's it. So I've got no throws. I might throw in a Fast Talk Friday video. Haven't done that in a while. I carried that today. I did use it on the side of the house, which I told y'all, and I got my Spyderco Tenacious custom micarta scales. Like I said, I wish I had done the black leather, but it was killing me to try a leather sheath, and it just hit me, why not take this and cut the thread, which I did, cut the thread, and it has that little thing there for the blade, and make a pattern out of it, which I did. And there it is. Now, one thing I did do, I meant to space these right here to hold a ferro rod. Because this thing right here is squared off, that'll strike a ferro rod. That'll throw a spark. Okay, guys, that's it. At 4:30 to 5:30, I watched it. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago. My stepdaughter, Anastasia Forrest. I'm gonna put her link in the descriptions on this video right here of her channel. I'm gonna put a link to her channel. She has a live 4:30 to 5:30 today, and it's the Mocktail Hour, and it's Anastasia Forrest. I'm gonna put the link to her channel in the descriptions. If you would subscribe to her, and let's give it a look. It's 4:30 to 5:30 live. All right. Okay, y'all take care, and Sog out.